Straight ahead on this week's Falcon Fever, the men's and women's basketball teams are back from a 4-game road series. See how they did in their last 2 games.
And some Montevallo teams are gearing up for the start of the 2011 season. Hear from senior Callie Robinson on how the women's tennis team is preparing for their season opener this weekend. Welcome to Falcon Fever 2011. I'm Drew Grantham.
And I'm Daniel Vest. The men's baseball team was scheduled to take to the Diamond in Pensacola against West Florida for their season opener, but due to bad weather, the game was pushed back a day, and the two will play a doubleheader February 2nd. The guys come home to face Young Harris College on the 4th, 5th, and 6th, so come out and support the Falcons. And if you missed those games and want to catch the highlights, tune in to Falcon Fever next week. We'll have you covered.
The men's basketball team is home from their 4-game road trip around the Peach Belt Conference. The Falcons split the last 2 games while falling just short in the most recent match against Francis Marion. Before the road match with Francis Marion, the men's team traveled to North Carolina to take on PBC opponent UNC Pembroke. The Falcons had a rough start on the road against UNC, but had some key plays late in the game to give them a boost over the Braves. The final score was Montevallo 67, UNC 64. The Falcons were led by junior Antoine Davis, who had 17 points, 4 steals, and 4 rebounds. Junior Terrell Coleman chipped in 14 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. He was also one of 2 Falcons to hit 3 3-pointers. Sophomore Jonas Brown had 10 points, including 3 shots from long range.
The Falcons fell just short in their most recent match against Francis Marion. With just 2 seconds left in the game, a Falcon player was fouled while attempting a game-tying 3-pointer and was sent to the line. The first free throw dropped in the bucket, but the second attempt was missed. Montevallo was forced to purposely miss the 3rd shot and couldn't collect the rebound. The Patriots hit a free throw to secure the win. The Falcons were led by junior Miles Beatty, who was a perfect 6 of 6 from the charity stripe en route to 17 points for the contest. The final score, Francis Marion 74, Montevallo 70.
The men are back in action in Bank Trust Arena on Wednesday, February 2nd to play Columbus State. Evening tip is set for 7:30. There are only 8 games left in the season, and 2 of them are on the road, so that means there is plenty of opportunity to come out and support your Falcons as the postseason draws near. Your support could mean the difference in a tight game. The men will travel on the 5th to face Georgia Southwestern. Tune in next week for highlights from those games.
The women's basketball team has hit the lowest point in their season so far. Coming into the game with undefeated and 3rd-ranked Clayton State, the Falcons were on a 3-game win streak. Montevallo led by 4 at the half, but eventually lost the match versus the Lakers. And that was the start of a tumultuous 5-game losing skid, and the Falcons are hoping to turn their fortunes around as the season winds down. Good thing, though, with 8 games left in the season, 6 are being played at the SAC. Last Friday, the women were on the road against North Carolina Pembroke. They fell behind early and could never claim the lead. Junior Tiffany McClure led with 15 points and 5 steals, and senior Jessica Collins also had double-digit points with 11. Siobhan Seymour led the team with 6 rebounds while scoring 6 points. And in the end, the Falcons fell 67-53.
The Falcons started off well enough against Francis Marion, but the Patriots closed out the first strong, and the Falcons squandered a chance to win. Junior Siobhan Seymour led with a career-high 21 points and 8 rebounds, chipping in 3 steals along the way. With 9:50 left in the first half, UM took a fall that kept them behind for the rest of the game. Some baskets were traded in the second half, but the Patriots kept the lead for good, handing over a 76-59 loss to UM. With the loss, the Falcons fall to 7-11 on the year.
The women will try to snap their losing streak as they face Columbus State at home, where they sport a 6-1 record. They'll play before the men tip-off. Game is set to start at 5:30 p.m. Make sure you're out there cheering them on.
Montevallo has its first full-time tennis head coach in the program's history, and the players are hoping that brings them some consistency. Mark McEwen took over the team last fall, and this Saturday the women will get their first test at home. We checked in with senior Callie Robinson to find out if they think the months of preparation will pay off.
It's been really good. Our practices are pretty intense. We do a lot of fitness, a lot of footwork, quick drills, but also we do match play some days. It's been pretty different. I know, it's still tennis, it's still the same game, I guess, but the mentality is a lot different. Our fitness schedule has been much more rigorous, and the practice, I don't know, it's just been very different, but a good kind of different. Saturday, we're going to Pensacola at the University of West Florida, and we're actually playing Stillman University and Florida Tech. And then the Saturday after that, we have a home doubleheader that's against University of Alabama Huntsville and Georgia Southwestern. So 2 very exciting weekends coming up. This year, we're especially trying to get more community involvement, and especially, personally, I know the team, we've really wanted a lot of students and just organizations to come support us, just because it really has a positive effect on the matches when you have people cheering for you as opposed to nothing out here.
Be sure to make it out to the tennis courts for the ladies' match against West Georgia at 2 p.m. Tune in to Falcon Fever next week for the highlights. The men's golf team is getting ready to tee it up at the Outback Intercollegiate Tournament this Saturday in Panama City Beach, Florida. Be sure to tune in next week for the highlights.
Our Falcon Fever Player of the Week is junior Siobhan Seymour. Last time out for the Falcons, Seymour had a career-high 21 points to go along with 8 rebounds and 3 steals. For the year, she averages almost 8 points and 5 rebounds a contest, while leading the team in shooting percentage of the players that have taken at least 100 attempts. She's shooting 46% on the year. Congratulations to Siobhan Seymour, Player of the Week.
Well, that's all the sports we got for you this week. Be sure to tune in next week for all your Falcon Fever coverage.
And don't forget, you can always check out past Falcon Fever episodes, sports stories, and more by visiting the Montevallo 4U channel at youtube.com. Tune in next week for more Falcon Fever.